started watching the show back when you put Jimmy Dore in his place after he attacked Carlos Maza. That was like an amazing
Carlos
thing.
Maza, right.
Okay.
Right, because that was like, oh my God, because like almost no one was saying that. But anyway, because I have a very short time. I watch a lot of YouTube, left tube. I tend to watch most of my shows are somewhere between Majority Report and TYT. So, and one of the things I've noticed that none of them, I call them my pundits, the people that I'm watching, pointing out is that during the ass end of the Bush administration, Biden voted to make sure that students were not be able to declare bankruptcy on their student loans.
Absolutely.
They used to have this really big thing where where I think President Bush himself, declared bankruptcy on the student loans. And this was this big thing with Newt Gingrich, and they're trying to make sure everyone has to do their whole thing with student loans. Barack Obama himself voted against Biden's bill to try to make sure that students had no way of leaving these loans. And the part that annoys me the most that I keep seeing about this whole debacle is that Biden himself is somehow connected to almost all the major problems we have in our society in some way or other, trying to vote along with Republicans in order to do that whole bipartisan thing. Biden has shown so many times throughout his career that he does not care about anyone younger than Gen X. And he was very proud during his, when he was running for office. He was like, oh, yeah, these kids have it easy. And then he proceeded to talk about a civil rights movement. He did not fight it.
Right.
And the whole thing, right.
No, I agree with you. And in fact, the reason why Elizabeth Warren got into politics was very much about that bankruptcy bill.
Yeah.
And frankly, I was hoping that, I think a lot of people were hoping that she was going to unleash on Biden in that respect. And didn't quite do it during.
No, she angled to be his VP at the end.
That was I feel like a huge missed opportunity. But yes, you agree. And I don't even know if it's as much that he wanted to vote for Republicans as much as like he was the senator from Delaware. And Delaware is the number one place for credit card companies in the country. Like the idea of debt being sacrosanct. And I think just the fact is the Democratic Party has moved to the left, and this guy wanted to place himself there. That's why he came in with $10,000 debt relief. And the guy's a cipher at best. But all right.
The point I'm trying to make real quick is the fact that I think that to try to put things into a little bit of a perspective, Biden's ideology, this goes back to that thing you said that you can't force Democrats to like learn a lesson. Biden does not, his personal ideology is of a politician who is trying to make money and try to be powerful and popular and all those other things. He's not interested in alleviating student loan debt. This is something that it was like, one of the options he had to become more popular.
Yeah.
And the idea that somehow like we're now fighting over table scraps. Like he should have forgiven all of the student loan debt. It should not have been this thing where we have to begin to fight over this amount, because we have a problem with our educational system has a problem where we don't fund it enough, and we should, and the educational system doesn't go far enough to train people so that they can get current jobs. That's the problem. The solution isn't like we're going to go ahead and make sure that students can't default on these student loans and then have the government decide that it's just going to ignore debt that we have procured to themselves. It's the idea that like Biden is not this hero or anything along those lines.
I agree, but
and
I gotta jump.
We really need to contextual them.
I agree. I agree. I gotta jump. I appreciate it. I mean, this is, and my only hope is that we're going to take it a step further. What we really need to do is have a free college option in every state. Period. End of story. Federally funded, maybe it's 25% with the state or 60-40 or whatever it is. But we need to do that. It's not terribly expensive, relatively speaking. And we need to do that.
If you make it purely federally funded, then you don't give like red states the option to opt out or not fund these or make it anemic.
Yeah.